politician telling everybody else to be quiet, right? Now, here we go. Ready? He was trying to be polite and didn't want to tell anybody.
Thank you, Sally.
And then I'm on.
I'm Bob Goodman. I can't believe it, but I was a city commissioner when Abraham Lincoln was president. 50 years ago, believe it or not. And I had the great pleasure of working with Mayor Seidel a number of years ago. And tonight I'm thrilled to have the honor and the pleasure to introduce his son, Dan. But before I do, I just want to mention some other people that are here tonight celebrating with us the remarkable opportunity that Miami Beach has to elect a Miami Beach High graduate, as I am, Sabrina Cohen. But I wanted to just recognize and say welcome to our wonderful County Commissioner Sally Heyman, who came over. And my dear, dear friend, Commissioner David Richardson, of my beach commissioner. Former Commissioner and now State Representative Michael Grieco. Oh, I didn't forget former Commissioner John Elizabeth Alamont. She's great. So, Dan Gelber, thank you. No introduction needs.
All the best people here. Someone once told me that the best person to run for office is the person that's been running their entire life without ever knowing it. And it's an interesting idea, because what it really means is that that's the person who just, because of a call for service, because of what's inside of her, because of what they believe, is doing all the things you do after you're searching for somebody's vote. And the thing about Sabrina that you have to understand is that I don't know somebody of her quality that's ever run for office in this city, and I include me and my dad. She is one of the most highest and I say that because I met her about 20 years ago. Where are you?
I'm here.
I'm glad you showed up. It must have been about 20 years ago when the Florida legislature, and Mike and David know this, in their infinite wisdom, decided they wanted to ban stem cell research. And so I think it was Dr. Bart Green came up to Tallahassee, Sally was there, and said, we need to put a face on this. And so we asked this 20-something-year-old, really felt like you were a kid at the time. 26-year-old girl. She was really young. And said, come on up and stare down all these legislators who think we should stop critical research that not just would stop work into spinal injuries, but into all kinds of diseases and ailments. And so she went and talked to legislators, she spoke, she testified, and the thing that I found remarkable is not simply that she did this at such a young age, but she showed such courage, such sense of awareness, and such an understanding of the people she was talking to, that I thought to myself, this person is too good, she'll never run for office. But now we're here, and we have this, and I'm glad Bobby said it, we have this incredible opportunity. I mean, I always think about it, and I mean no disservice to anyone I've ever served with, but I cannot tell you how proud I would be if I was the mayor of this city and right, next to me was Sabrina Cohen on the dais of this city. I'm going to just tell you one thing, all right? You don't do this alone. You don't do this alone. You don't run for office. You don't raise the money. You don't put the signs up. You don't do it alone. You do it because people decide they care about their city and they believe in you and they're willing to do what it takes to get you elected. So I'm going to ask all of you to do not just one thing and not just two things, but everything you can. Write a check. Get a friend to write a check. Get 2 or 3 friends to write a check. Write a check, have your spouse write a check, have your adult children, although I think, Brian, can minor children write checks? But have everybody, seriously, you need to have money. Put a sign in your front yard, especially people on Alton and Pine Tree. Put a sign in your front yard. Get your neighbors to put signs in their front yards. And by the way, a lot of people don't come to these events and they don't think about an election until right before they have to vote. And they're going to start voting really pretty soon. But you care about this city. And you know what's best for this city. And you know the character of this person. And when I say character, I gotta tell you, it's just unbelievable to me. Because I've watched you for decades, and you can judge somebody by how they handle adversity. But you don't have to with Sabrina, because what she has done as an adult, what she has done in not just disability access, but as a community activist, as somebody who's a model citizen, as somebody who cares so deeply about this city that people love her, she is the first icon to run for City of Miami Beach Commissioner. So my plea to you is do everything you can. Don't leave anything behind. Give her everything, your sweat, money, your energy, your love, and let the world that you influence know that this has to be the next commissioner of Miami Beach, Sabrina Cohen.
It's great to follow Dan because he's so eloquent. Here's the bottom line. I'm so proud to be a county commissioner and represent Miami Beach. And looking around the room, I'm not seeing many of you for the first time. You've been engaged and out there on activities all the time. You influence others. This is where you need to reach out by who you know and what you're associated with, and tell them why you're voting for and supporting Sabrina, because you are the person who hopefully will influence them, not just to nod their head, but to push the button, fill in the little square, or whatever else you do on your ballot to get Sabrina, to get other people on board for her, and get her elected. Miami Beach will win when she does. Yes. And with that, I'm her assistant now.
Thank you. You know, I'm going to thank Council Commissioner for being here tonight, holding my microphone, Mayor Gelber, Commissioner Richardson, so many wonderful people in this room tonight. You know, I'm usually not nervous when I speak in front of a group. Today is very meaningful to me, extremely meaningful to me. I want to thank everybody who's here, who I've known perhaps a lifetime. My mom, my brother, I see Jamie Tepper in the back, Jasmine, my campaign manager. We went to Beach High together. Alan Brown, Brenda, and her family, Danny Mizrahi. I could go on and on. Everyone that I've known forever, to everyone that I might just be meeting for the first time tonight, thank you so much for being here. I thought a little bit about how I wanted to start tonight's speech, and I got to tell you a little story. And then I'll get to, you know, all the good stuff. But at 44 years old, earlier this year, I felt like I had finally reached a point in my life where I was breezing through life. It's calm, it's quiet. My foundation is on autopilot. It's a good year to be in real estate. You know, I'm calm. I have 2 beautiful nieces that I love spending time with. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my phone rings. And my dear friend here, Alan Brown, calls me. He doesn't know anything about tonight.
No idea what's going on. Yeah.
And he says to me, Sabrina, do you know this guy named Tony Robbins? And I'm like, yeah, of course, the motivational speaker guy is like, yeah. He's like, I have a free ticket to unleash the power within. Why don't you do it with me? And I say, sure, let's do it. So we jump on this 5-day seminar, and little did I know, it was 4?
4 days.
Oh, I thought it was 5. So we're in this 4-day seminar, and first day kicks off, and it's all about, you know, he's like slowly, gradually building up what he's gonna get to. By the day 3, it's all about take your life to the next level. It doesn't matter what you do in your life, but if it's not a life of contribution, it's meaningless. And I call up Alan, who by the way is gonna save the world and the whole world of paralysis with the work that he does. I'm taking people to the beach like never before. We're creating new initiatives. We've turned our own life story into helping people. And I call Alan and I go, oh my God, Alan, it sounds like we haven't been doing enough in our life. I'm so embarrassed. Next thing you know, before day 4 hits, I get a call, Sabrina, would you consider running for Miami Beach City Commissioner? I took a deep breath, and in the background, Tony Robbins is, take your life to the next level. Your life is meaningless without contribution. A week later, I filed, and here we are tonight. I really had to share that because everything about me has been about overcoming challenges in life. I grew up in this city, I went to our schools, I grew up on 41st Street, I got injured on 58th and Alton Road. Fire rescue saved my life. The nurses kept me alive. My family gave me all the support I needed. The school system did everything they needed to do to make sure I would graduate on time, which I did at the top of the class of Beach High in 1995. And it was in that moment, a defining moment in my life, that I realized life would go on with or without me. Everybody else on that graduating stage would have graduated had I given up, but I never did. I became an advocate. I've spoken to over 40,000 kids in our school system about driving safe. I love giving back to children and planting those seeds about you can do anything you put your mind to in life. And that is the motto that I live my life by. I lead by example. I love this community. I love our residents. And that is why I am running today for your next Miami Beach City Commissioner. I have been labeled and branded as a disabled advocate, but the truth is I believe that all the work I've done till now has set me and prepared me for the next journey in my life, which is to expand my horizons, expand the issues, all of which, by the way, I have lived through because I've been a resident here my entire life. So what's important to me is equally important to you. What will I support as your next city commissioner? I believe public safety is a #1 priority in this community.
Woohoo! Come on!
I grew up in a city where I always felt safe. It was always clean. In the last few years, we've had some issues, but I think we could stand up to those issues and bring in more police presence in our community to deter crime. I think that is of utmost importance, and I will stand for that even though I'm sitting. I strongly believe and support all of our public parks initiatives to create new programs, build our green spaces. I helped develop the first ADA accessible park on 64th Street, and we literally took an empty space and converted it into a beautiful amenity in our community. I believe we need to make our streets more walkable, pedestrian friendly, where bicyclists can go, anybody with any mobility challenges can get across the street safely. And when we think about very pressing, stressful issues in the city, I understand that sea level rising is of the utmost importance for the future of our community. I've been living in Sunset Harbor for the last 20 years. We elevated our streets. Prior to doing that, We were getting flooded. There were days where we couldn't leave our building, and now our streets are super dry, and I know how important that is. And of course, as a lifelong resident, I very, very deeply, with all my heart and soul, understand the importance of preserving our heritage and the city of Miami Beach. I do support smart and responsible development, not overdevelopment, and I understand living firsthand how the live, work, play communities have changed my life and those in my community. I see somebody in the background throwing their hands up. Oh yeah, hi darling. And so tonight, I want to leave you with a thought. You know, I believe I will be a strong symbol of balance for this community. It's how I've chosen to live my life. I'm fair, I'm an independent thinker, and I really care about our community and quality of life. But more than just fighting for your quality of life, I really want each and every one of you to love living in this city. I've heard a lot of challenges. People are frustrated with parking. People are frustrated with how things are coming along with crime and Ocean Drive and Lincoln Road vacancies. But I believe that I can help restore that hope. That's what I want to do. But I need each and every one of you, instead of waking up frustrated or upset with what's going on in the city, we need to unite and be grateful for what we have. We live in paradise. We live in a gem of a city. And it's going to take a lot more than 6 commissioners and a mayor to move this city forward where we want it. It's going to take accountability on all of our parts. And I strongly believe that together, we can build back this community, we can restore it to what it once was, fun in the sun, and we can live here as happily as ever as possible. Mayor Gelber is eager to get this microphone back, so I'm going to hand it back to him. But we have a lot of work to do. Let's have fun doing it, people, please. Putting yard signs up, hosting me at your home, introducing me to your friends. I know a lot of people in this community, but there's a lot of people I still don't know. And we could raise all the money in the world, but if people are not showing up November 8th, it doesn't mean anything. So let's do this, early voting, let's get out there. I love you, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, and I look forward to building a happy and balanced future for our city. Yeah.
Second best mom.
Hello everybody, thank you for showing up today. I'm only going to say 2 things, just 2 things, because I am not a speaker. I can sing, I can dance, I can tell jokes, but I'm not a speaker. But I'm going to leave you with this. Sabrina, my darling Sabrina that I adore, and my son David over there, my life, will never give you any bullshit. And since the age of accident at 14, she's giving herself to the people. She is for the people. That's all I have to say.